Our first flexibility really was shifting our funds to support people to be able to work and to be able to actualize that upward mobility, whether it's with education or you need a driver's license. And so we started with that barrier reduction and how can we help you make your life better. And so we have used the flexibility really to do a lot of capital-like things, but we've also used the flexibility to add programming and different things, because all of the money that we receive it comes in a certain stream and it wants you to keep it in that stream, and sometimes what our families need is something different. Once you figure out that flexibility, be creative. There's nothing that can stop you. Use that flexibility to tailor your program to the people you work with and to the place you work, because that's what MTW gives you. Flexibility to make a program that works better and can take individual circumstances into account.
I think the clearest ways to see the difference that moving to work has made in New Haven as compared to places that haven't had that flexibility would be to look at our actual housing stock and to look at the robust nature of our self-sufficiency program. So in terms of our housing stock, we have been able to either significantly redevelop, tear down, and rebuild entire communities, or modernize existing buildings in ways that were made possible by the fact that we were able to pool our dollars, use those dollars and leverage them in creative ways to bring other funds into redevelopment, and also create some of our own local initiatives that allowed us to do redevelopment in ways that worked in Connecticut and New Haven. And then secondly, the level of supportive services that we provide is made possible by the fact that we have some flexibility in our funding and the ability to design a program locally. So we have a much fuller range of programs, from our very littlest babies through school-age kids, through our teenagers, young adults, and really working with families all the way through their lifespan, helping our elderly age in place and remain safely housed.
So there's a lot of planning, and there's a lot of, again, taking a look at what flexibilities we have, what is the current need, and what is something which we can look down the line upon. So when we started our program, and this was over 10 years ago, we realized that before we went down the rent reform path, we need to allocate funds to help our families achieve self-sufficiency. So one of our early investments was in our Achievement Academy, which is a place where we have workforce readiness specialists that work with our families to help them achieve self-sufficiency. Now, for some cases, it is getting a new job. For some cases, it's getting a better job. So how can we help increase your earnings? And there's so many venues or paths to go ahead and to increase your earnings. That investment paid off real good dividends, because then when we implemented our rent reform activity, families knew of the resources that were there already. So an early investment in something that we call the Achievement Academy, which can be replicated anywhere, I think worked out really well for us and set the tone for us as well.